thanks for stopping back in. We got head track and field coach Jeremy Carger with us. Coach, you finally got last weekend to get the whole team competing outside. You've been training out there the past few weeks out in the wind and the cold, but what was it like? Just a relief? What was it like to finally get a meet outside?
I think everyone's just really anxious just to be outside. Indoor track season's just long. It gets pretty dark and brutal at times, but it was like that first sunny day this weekend, and everyone was pretty excited to be out there running and just seeing what they can do after a little while off after the indoor season.
Yeah, talk about that. And some of your athletes, was their first chance to compete and even get into their events. Talk about some of the throwers. Having that 1 meet under your belt, where do you guys sit, and how about those kids that just finally got a chance to kind of compete in their events for the first time?
The throwers actually did surprisingly well. We haven't been able to throw outside, so for hammer throw, discus, they've been working on footwork for a month and a half, and this was their first time to, especially the freshmen, to actually throw it. So it was really their first throws ever, and they held their own. They did pretty well. So
it's got to be a great feeling for you. What were kind of your thoughts going into that meet, knowing that some of these kids are just going to get their first chance at it, kind of trial by fire, just go out there and get that first mark to see what you build off of? But kind of what were your expectations going in?
Really, I didn't have a whole lot of expectations. Just really just relax meet, go out and have some fun and throw and see what happens. But we've got great captains, great upperclassmen that really keep the atmosphere pretty light. So the underclassmen all knew what to expect, and they handled it pretty well.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Now, you had tons of great performances through the indoor season. Now, people breaking records, setting tons of personal bests in nearly every event. So it's got to be encouraging for you going forward with the outdoor season just getting going. But how do you think this team is sitting right now? With 1 meet done and kind of the rest of the season in front of you.
We're in a good spot. They've trained hard, and they're really motivated, especially once you get on the outdoor track. Just everything just steps up a little bit. So everything gets a little faster. They're a little more excited. They're just more motivated for it. So I think we're in a good spot. We should see there'll be some records that'll fall. So
yeah, hopefully maybe even some this weekend you guys get to come home. I got the Morris Open on Saturday the 9th. First off, who's going to be here with you guys, and what do you think some of the favorites are for you guys on the men's women's side?
Concordia Moorhead will be here, Jamestown, Bethany Lutheran, and North Central.
Okay.
So big meet. It'll be a good sized meet. A lot of our track meets end up being like 10, 12 teams. So having this a little bit smaller meet, I think gives people a little more opportunity. Throwers will make finals, they'll get some extra throws, so that's always good for their performance. Same thing with jumping. And I think the runners like to have that relaxed meet on our own track, because then running fast is all about being relaxed.
Sure. So
they relax, and we usually have some great times there.
We just talked to Luke, and obviously he's got to be a favorite in 15. He won it last year. Ben Kedler had a good performance last weekend. Lindy Keller. Who else do you think we can see to score a lot of points for you guys?
In the sprints, I'm definitely on the guy side with Todd Duman, Sander Dower, Andrew Burrows, Zach Smith. They're running great right now. So, and they're doing a lot of training. So their performances now will be fast now, but a month from now, that's the goal. So we just get through some of those. On the women's side, Megan Growitt's back running. And
had a great performance last Saturday.
She ran pretty well. It was her first race in like a year. She was so nervous and tight, and still ran well. So she'll run well, and then all of our distance people,
the women had a good
the women ran great, and part of that is they just have this tremendous, strength from running outdoors all year long. Just January, February, March, they've just been putting in time, and now it's warm, and now they get to enjoy it. And it's harder training, but at the same time, it feels easy because it's finally decent conditions.
Finally get the sun, we've got a little bit of a reward, and enjoy it. What time we start on Saturday?
Field events are at 11, running's at noon.
All right, Morris Open, April 9th.